Good afternoon, internet. So it's Sunday afternoon. It is, let's have a look, it's 17 minutes past 1 o'clock and it's 27 degrees. Hey, and welcome back to the channel. So a little ride, I thought. I've been out for about an hour, nothing particularly interesting, so I thought I'd stop here because from this little bit on we get some decent views. So I thought I'd stop and you can join me. Let's go. Now, what a beautiful day, eh? What an absolutely gorgeous day. Look at this. I'd say not a cloud in the sky, but there is one or two little strips, nothing much. So I hope you're all well. I hope you've got this absolutely beautiful weather. And yeah, you're probably not going to watch this because you're probably out on your bikes, but hey ho. Few cyclists out today, and why not? Don't want to cause them any grief, so we'll wait till we get round the bend, in no particular rush. Tell you what, on days like today when, like I say, 27 degrees we're at, you get a lot of heat coming off these engines. it's like sitting on a hot water bottle, innit? Shame you don't get the same, well, you do get the same amount of heat, I suppose, in the winter, where it would be really nice if you could channel it all up to keep you warm. Right now, like I said, it's like sitting on a hot water bottle. So look at that, eh? Look at that. What a beautiful view, eh? Hey, what an absolutely gorgeous view. My favourite location, the sea. So this place is not far off the Point de Ra. I'm not actually too sure what this little cove here is actually called, to be honest. It's got to have a name. I'm not too sure what it is though. But yeah, that sea looks so inviting because it's a bit warm. I mean, I have the Airtex jacket on, as I'm sure you can see, but yeah, still a bit warm, eh? Sometimes you can almost warrant why people ride around in shorts, but no, not for me. I'm afraid it doesn't matter how hot it gets. I just couldn't do it right. I just need to get past these lovely people here. Look at this. So we're well into the holiday season now. I mean, we really are, you know. And but even so, you know, it's still not as busy as it normally would be. Yeah, I've got a wasp flying around my helmet at the moment, which is a tad annoying to say the least. You know, yeah, I mean, there are cars there. Bearing in mind it is lunchtime, and of course the French, there's a bar here, there's another bar up here, which I gotta be honest, this bar up here, although there's a lot of cars by it, doesn't look particularly busy to say the least, does it? Now hang on a sec, I'm just thinking, I'm not too sure. Nah, we're gonna go this way, I think. Very popular surfing location this. As you can see, there's lots of surfboards, lots of camper vans, look. And yeah, look at this there. And why not? You know, why not? If I had a camper van, look at them all, hey? Excellent. Why not indeed, hey? Like I say, very popular location this is for the surfers. They absolutely love it, yeah. Just get up this hill. So I thought I'd bring the Transalp out today, and this is the first day that I've actually comfortably been able to get my boots on due to the gout in the toe, hey? Honestly, seriously, what can I say? But yeah, it's on. So I thought, because I'll be dying to get out on, you know, for the ride. I touched the other day on that little one that I did because we've had illness in the house, whooping cough and my gout, and I mean, I've tried the boot on several times, but to no avail, I'm afraid. It just hasn't worked, you know. I've been able to put it on and oh god, And I know that you're not walking on it when you sat on the bike, but even so, you know, it was still uncomfortable. But today, when I first put it on, well, a little bit of pressure, but I thought to myself, you know what, it's going on, and that's it. Now I'm just trying to work out why this woman, or whatever it is, would be walking. Oh, she's not now, but she was half out in the middle of the road, but still, never mind. Strange to say the least. I would think you might be a bit hot in the attire that she's got on, but her mighty past comment, eh? So we have the one geezer in front, got his shirt off, the lot doing that, whoa, and then the one behind, he's wrapped up like it's a winter's day. Talk about, from one extreme to the other. But whatever makes you happy, maybe, and this is why you shouldn't pass judgment on what you see, maybe she's got, one of my mates has got, cannot have the sun on them, you know, brings them out in all sorts of allergies, and it must be awful, because for me, when you get too hot, it's like, oh my god, you know. So fair play to her if she's one of them. You know, she must be hot, but if it's the only way she can get her, I'll take my hat off to her, because I gotta be honest, if it was me, I think I'd stay in the house under a fan. But yeah, so yeah, so put the boots on this morning. Like I say, it hurt a bit at first, but because I thought to myself, I've got to get out today, really. Well, I only really had today and tomorrow, because Tuesday it's my daughter's operation, so that day is completely wiped out. Wednesday, to be honest with you, you know, we have the nurses coming in the house for the first visit. Excuse the wind noise, it's probably picking up quite a lot, but I've got all the vents on the helmet out, plus I've got my visor open, so yeah, if you're getting a bit of wind noise, hard luck. I need the ventilation. So yeah, I had to get out today, really, or tomorrow, as I said. Nowhere in particular. I was actually going to get up early this morning. I thought, right, there's a lake that I want to go and look at, which is about 2 hours ride from my house. So, you know, but to be fair, got up and there was a couple of things that I had to do and that, and I thought, well, you know what, as long as I can get out on the bike, then that's just as important as sort of making a big deal and going a long way. So like I said, I've been out for a good hour previous to sort of switching on the cameras, but yeah, make sure I have switched on the camera, hopefully. Yeah, I think I have. Nothing worse than sitting here chatting away to my heart's content and getting home and finding that I forgot to put the camera on. And I've done that, if you remember. I did it not so long ago, and it's not all about putting videos on, and because some, you know, I mean, there's quite a few times where I'll actually just go out on the bike and I put the other helmet on, which hasn't got any of the cameras or mics on, and it's just nice to go out and just sort of be me, you know what I mean, just ride round. And you know, I mean, I don't think what I'm going to say, I don't come out with a plan, you know what I mean. This isn't practiced or organised, hence the fact, you know, I have one or two people in the past say to me, well, you go for Babylon from one subject to the other, and you know, it doesn't make sense. Well, you know, it's not meant to make sense. This is me on a bike just talking away, and if something suddenly pops into my head, then I'll change from one subject to the other, and yeah, you know, that's right. Them trees there, eh? And they're strange how they sort of take that. Yeah, I'll tell you what I have done today. Normally when I'm on the bike, I always record in 2.7k. I do. 4k is a bit too high res, and it uses too much space on the cards and uses a lot of battery power, and also uses a lot of internet. Not that the internet usage matters, but it's the time it takes to upload it. So I don't bother with 4k, I never have done. But I actually use 2.7k. But the last few of my videos that I've done in the garage, or of me just chatting, I've done it in 180p. Now, sorry if you haven't got a clue what I'm rabbiting on about, or this doesn't interest you, I apologise. But anyway, this video today is all being done in 180p, HD 180p. So it will be interesting to see how it comes out. Yeah. Now, of course, the other way that you got to look at it is it all depends on what your settings on your appliances are. You know what you've got your phone or your, well, no, not even your phone, because you can go into YouTube and you can set the quality that you want to watch things back at. So basically, someone could put a setting in on 4K, and if you've got yours set to low quality, then they might watch it in 720. Yeah. So, but it will just be interesting to see the quality of this one back in 180p. I've got my settings on my laptop, well, my overall settings for YouTube on playback set to HD. So yeah, you know, whatever they put them on at, whether it be 180, 2.7, 4K, is what mine will pick it up, play it back as. So yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I just thought I'd throw that one in. So, looking at the world, so I'm glad to say that because when we last spoke, there was all the trouble that was kicking off in the UK, and of course I've got family and friends back in the UK, so you know what goes on in the UK still has an effect on me, you know. So yeah, I'm glad to say that it all seems to have died down, unless I've missed something. I've got to be honest, I didn't watch this morning's news. I know that in Friday that there was a few police authorities were a little bit worried with the football matches coming up, that they may be used as an excuse to flare up again on a purely racist basis. So hopefully that never happened, and hopefully, you know, let's get the focus back to what happened in the first place to those 3 young girls, unfortunately the ones that lost their lives, and of course the ones that were injured. I mean, that's what it should have been in the first place. So yeah, so hopefully the whole thing will all be cooling down, and you know, everybody can get back to a sort of peacefulist sort of life, you know. Yeah. Right. I didn't know there's camp. It's okay. There was a sign here for a camping municipal. Not that I'd ever camp near, because it's close to my house, but I do like camping municipals. When I used to travel a lot, when I had my BMW and I used to tour a lot, certainly when I was in France, or going through France to down into Spain, or you know, the other way through Germany, Switzerland, or wherever I was going, but certainly when I was still within France, I would always favour the camping municipals, you know, because I always found them to be clean, and you know, the facilities, the showers, the toilets, you know, they were always sound. And of course, the good thing as well was they were always reasonably priced. There used to be a few more of these here, the old turbines. I don't remember them being this lot. How many got there? We got 1 BR, 2 BR, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I mean, I think they're an excellent idea. You get a lot of people, and they're moaning about them and saying, you know, they're an infringement on people's privacy. How can they be? I just don't get that myself, but still, never mind. I think they're quite nice, actually, you know, I do. Still, there you go. My thoughts. These ones seem small compared to the ones that I've got by me. that, you know, they seem the actual they seem thinner and the blades seem a lot smaller. Whoops. Pay attention to where you're going. But yeah, so I thought we might we'll have a little ride down in the towards Odiern. I'm not too sure if we're able to get anywhere. Actually, we might not be able to get too near it. In fact, thinking about it, so like there's a huge market on at Odiern, so I think basically the majority of the roads will be closed, so maybe that's not a good idea going that way. So yeah, I think we'll go the opposite way. I don't particularly want to get caught in traffic or loads it's too hot to keep still. As I say, you know, sitting on the bike, you'll know yourselves, you get the heat coming off it, it's not good. I mean, it doesn't worry me so fat worrying about the engine, because, you know, this one's water cooled, and I don't know whether you can see the temperature, but, you know, she runs nice and cool anyway. But why tempt fate and get stuck in jams? But we're certainly getting this this nice run of weather, ain't we, eh? What have we got here? Let's have a look. Road closed. Bit of a diversion by the look of it. Well, we have gendarmes in the middle of the road. I'm not too sure why. Well, it says diversion, but route apart, right? I'm just going to go this way because they've closed it further on up there. That's down to the actual, there must be some fight on down there or something. So again, can't see the point of sat there, and it must be quite a lot if they got the gendarmes out of a Sunday to stand there and distribute the traffic, eh? So I don't want to get caught in that one either. It's marvellous, isn't it, eh? You get the first bit of, the first week really, this is, of decent weather, yeah, and all of a sudden everywhere springs into life, doesn't it? So but yeah, why not? It's quite funny, really. I don't think I've ever been down this way, because normally I would have gone straight down the way it is. So they've shut all these roads up here as well, look, yeah, to stop you sort of getting through. So I'm not exactly too sure what is going on, but so in actual fact then you've got like Odiern is all going to be shut down because there's a huge market. Douarnenez is obviously, you know, a lot of roads there are in between this, so which is fine. You know, I mean, it's great having these things, you know, I mean, it is, but if you're a tourist and you don't know where you're going, then, you know, that can cause you. I mean, I'm all right. I know where I am. Well, sort of. You know. So, but I mean, if you're across here and you're on holiday, and you know, you might be relying on your sat nav or just the road signs, and all of a sudden, you think to yourself, "Oi, where am I going?" Look at, see, there's loads of these little roads that obviously keeping you well out, or stopping you getting back onto the actual main road. So I don't know. I mean, normally you get it, you know, in the local press or on the local internet sites. I didn't know. I knew the one in Odeon, you know, the market. Well, I didn't know anything about this, to be fair. Nice bit of shaded area there. It's a nice bit of dust kicked up when he rides through the aye. So we got rid of the whooping cough in the family. That's one good thing. And my daughter's hasn't showed any signs of getting it, so that really was the worry. You know, we didn't want an operation to be postponed, so you know it hasn't, so that's good. Some of these car drivers, they just don't want to move out, and a lot of these roads here, I don't know whether the GoPro's going to pick this up, but where the road ends there, not I mean, this is fine here, but I don't know whether, look, see that there, you get quite a drop down there where, actually I'm just thinking probably go this way, I think, yeah. A ride's a ride. How's my battery doing? Can't see really, but still. Keep my eyes on the road due to the fact the roads are quite small. There's lots of these dandelion things flying around, you know. What do they call them? They call them fairies. Do they call them? I think when you got little kids, like when my kids were small, you used to get them and blow them. I used to call them fairies. Well, I'll tell you what, they're everywhere. They are floating all over the place. Another reason not to have the visor up. I'm just trying to think where this is going to bring me out, to be honest with you. Trying to get my bearings on where I am, because this has brought me. Hang on a sec, let's have a look here. We have a sign. There's gendarmes again here. Okay, so we're going to go back up that way because they ain't going to let me down there, that's for certain. Hang on. I'd say this is, I wonder if it's something to do with a bike run or something, because I don't know. Oh, look at this here, look, get well over and lay off the throttle a minute. Aye, look at that. That's nice, wasn't it, eh? Holding the traffic up a bit, but and let's face it, no one's going to nip past them, are they, with the gendarmes here? That ain't going to happen. Nice to get moving again. Just stopping just there for them couple of minutes. Well, it wasn't even a couple of minutes, was it? The heat that hits you. It's I mean, ain't it funny? Normally I'm moaning because it's too cold or it's wet. Now I'm saying, well, you know what, the heat that hits you there, there's no pleasing some people these days. Pause, spot on. Okay, right, I know where we are, sort of now. Well, I do actually, yeah. I've got it together, I think. We're gonna go down here. Oh, look at this, they've took the corner off here, look. See that there, you used to be able to go around there. But for some unknown reason there, you cannot do it anymore, lad, you cannot do it. Right. So, anyone that knows me or follows me or whatever you want to do to me, I love camping, yeah, but it's been a bit of a disaster these last couple of years. There's last year, for reasons that was like, we cancelled the camping trip. This year, with my daughter having this operation, we were supposed to be going away in our tent, and on the sort of recommendation of the surgeon, and I suppose it makes sense, you know, because she can't do anything for a while. So anyway, so it looks like another one's bit the dust, and you know, which is really annoying. But anyway, you know, I mean, it's circumstances, isn't it? So you can't, you know, you can't sort of go against what's what. Anyway, but I've been looking at caravans, yeah. Now, years ago, I used to tow a caravan all over the place, yeah. I used to have a Discovery and a Range Rover, and I used to have a twin axle caravan, you know, and we literally used to go everywhere, you know, and it was great fun. But as you get older, you know, the same as all things, you know, mauling the caravan around, and especially the size one that I had, which you know, I had because I had a big family. I mean, I got 7 kids, and okay, you know, I mean, they're all growing up now, so you cut things down. But yeah, and then when I was in the UK, I bought I had 2 mobile homes. I had one in the UK, and I had one over here in Pont-Aven in France. And but the trouble is, you're then stuck to that site, yeah, and I think you pay extortionate ground rent. I really do. And should you wish to sell your caravan, the owners of the site take a cut, which, believe you me, that's even more annoying. I know it's the rule of thumb, I know it's what happens, but it still doesn't make it feel any better, does it? So yeah, so I got rid of it all and we went back to a tent, which I used to do years ago, and that's what we've done. But now, you know, because our family now is getting smaller, because like I say, you know, the kids are all growing up and everything else, and so yeah. And I've been looking at sort of small caravans, yeah, and because surprisingly enough, my car, which is a Peugeot Partner, you know, they're quite a biggish motor, but they're not one of the best towing vehicles out. It's quite funny really. I think the maximum tow weight they do is 1,000 kilogram, which isn't that much really for the size of the car, yeah. I was a bit shocked when I looked at that, but to be fair, like I said, I don't want a big caravan. I don't, you know, if I do get a caravan, I only want a smallish caravan. So now I've been looking at some caravans, because I got to be honest, I'm pretty out of touch with them now. But there's a few things I want. No matter what caravan, there's a few things I want. One is an awning. I like an awning. Awnings are great. You know, you can sit outside, and you know, you've sort of, you know, get your table and chairs, and you know, you can even cook outside and all that sort of thing. So yeah, an awning really is a must. Yeah, hang on a second, just gotta, there you go. So yeah, inside, I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, I want a tidy bit of kit. I don't want to spend a fortune, I really don't, you know. Although having said that, caravans in France, I was looking at the UK prices compared to the French, and as usual, same with second-hand cars, French price on caravans is absolutely ridiculous, really speaking, you know. I mean, if they bought something 20 years ago and it moves, then they want the same price. It's ridiculous. But of course, in France, if the caravan is over 500 kilogram, then it has to be plated. It has to have its own cart grille, which is its own logbook. It has to be on a separate number plate to the car. So if you bring one over from the UK, you've got to go through all that. And of course, since Brexit, it's, oh dear. So I looked at that and I thought, yeah, okay, I could get it cheaper, but then all the kerfuffle and performance and the paperwork, and it's not worth it, you know. It ain't worth it. So that idea went straight out. Anyway, so the ones that I've been looking at, hey, look, I love it every time I come past there. The man with the false speed camera, seriously. Anyway, right, back to reality. Is the Ariba, yeah. Now the Ariba is an offshoot of Heimer. Is it Heimer? I think it is. The camping car, which is German built. I like anything German or Dutch when it comes to camping. You can guarantee it's going to be a decent bit of kit. So anyway, the Ariba caravans, they're only small, you know, which is what I want. A lot of them are 2 or 3 berth. There's sort of there's a lot of them that's for sale don't have the toilet, yeah, you know, they don't have a toilet. Now, you know what, I've been in a tent for years. Toilets, you know, because all the camp, I mean, the only thing is if you're going to stop somewhere overnight, you haven't got your own toilet. I mean, come on, we've all used that pee bottle, haven't we, eh? You know, middle of the night job, and you don't want to walk, you know, to the toilet blocks. So you've got your, you know, your bottle of water, you cut the top off it a bit, and that, you know, anyway, that's it. So yeah, so the Aribas, now they've got an excellent write-up, they really have. I've looked at a couple of them, they're dead easy to tow. I think they're just over, no, they're about 600 kilogram, I think. So, you know, they're well in. Oh, look at this here, look, see this here, See that building right in front of it, where a woman or a bloke is sat outside? That's been empty for years. I don't know if it used to be a house, but someone's bought it in the past few weeks, and they've turned it into a cafe. Ah, see that? Look at that. Hey, that is now a cafe. Look, see? I mean, fair play to him, eh? I'm not too sure. I mean, it's a strange place to do it. It's a strange place to put a cafe. Will it work? Time, oh god blimey, time will tell. What's she doing? I thought for a minute she was going to back up. I thought, that's it. I've been tangoed. Get it? Tango? Get the colour? Orange? Remember the advert? Hey? Anyway, right, back to the Ariba. So there's a caravan. Look, I can have that one. Still, never mind. Anyway, so the Ariba, it's yeah, and the French love them as well, and I think they're great. You know, they're only small. Like I said, they're light. They tow easy. I mean, a Clio. I saw the bloke the other day towing one in a Clio, no problem at all. So mine will do it a piece of cake. And yeah, so that's a maybe. Yeah, that's a maybe. I think another part is if you're gonna have a caravan, you need to sort out winter storage. I mean, I know you can buy a caravan cover. I've never been a lover of them. When I was in the UK, I always had mine in storage because, you know, to keep it out in all the rain and the frost and everything else, it's not a good idea. And we get a lot of rain in Brittany, don't we? We do, you know. So, yeah, it would be in one's best interest to shove it in. Is it hivenage, whatever they call it? I don't know. My French, terrible. But I was quite surprised, really. You're looking at about undercover, secure. You're looking at about 200 a year, which ain't too bad. I was paying more than that back in the UK 20 odd years ago. So yeah, well impressed with that one. But like I say, it's not a definite thing. It's a maybe. It's something that I'm looking at, you know. And what I'd love to do, I'd love to find a site somewhere that maybe, you know, you could cut a bit of a deal with them, whereas you could sort of take the caravan, leave it there, you know, and not pay full pitch fees when you're not there, but it's some sort of clue off this geezer. Yeah? No? And yeah, I mean, that would be great, you know. But again, I mean, I'll probably leave it now till like the end of the year, to be honest, because that's when people finish their holidays and they want to sell up. You probably get some better. I did actually look at a few camper vans. Not, I don't want to. I mean, I don't think I'm going to go up the camper van route. One, they are a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, they're great. Because what I'd like to do, I'd like to sort of integrate the two. Take the caravan somewhere, you know, sort of set it up, and me have the motorbike. Even if we towed it down, you know, the wife towed it down and spent a bit of time, and then she went home because she got to go to work, and I can have the motorbike. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, whereas a camper van, and I do, excuse me, and I do like them, and I see them, I think they're great. But of course, you know, you got to get, really speaking, I mean, Pete, who follows me, he puts his scooter on the back, and you know, him and his wife Sarah, you know, that's brilliant. Yeah. I ain't got a scooter for the start off, so it'll be me push bike. I'm too bloody old for that. So anyway, but strangely enough, a camper van came on today. I was having a quick look on a site before I come out, and it's an old VW. It's a 1991, and the guy, it's an English import, so it may even be an English family. I mean, it's all been restored. It's a beautiful bit of kit, and the CT on it, because it's an old vehicle, it's every 5 years. Well, he's just had it done, so the next CT isn't until 2029. And I mean, it is in lovely condition. and it's up for just under 7 grand. And I looked at that and I thought, yeah. But again, of course, you know, it's like you're there with it, and that's not really what I want. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, anyway, I'm babbling on, but still, yeah, food for thought. You've got to have food for thought. You've got to have these things that sort of keeps your mind boggling, because if it keeps the mind boggling, then it gives you something to live for, hopefully. Yeah. Right, I swear it's getting hotter. I can't really tap my phone to see the well, I can, can't I? Even though this is no, it's not going to come on. It's not going to play ball. It's hot though. It's hot. It is hot. But do it when I stop. You'd think they'd have a little temperature gauge on the GoPro, wouldn't you? Aye. It's quite funny really, because a lot of people, you hear the GoPros, you know, they say, oh, my GoPro overheated and it froze up. Do you know, I've never had that trouble. And my GoPros are quite old, you know. I mean, this one here in front of me, that is a GoPro 5. No, it's a GoPro 6, that is. And the one that's on my chin here is a GoPro 7, the 7 Black. And there's been a couple of 3 occasions where I've sort of come back and I've lost the audio, but do you know what, that's always been down to my error. You know, I haven't quite plugged this in right, or I haven't quite done that right, and I've never had a problem with the GoPro. And it's quite funny really, sometimes it's the devil you know, isn't it? You know, better the devil you know than the devil you don't. I mean, there's all these new I mean, I'm a big DJI fan, yeah, especially, well, when it comes to drones, because as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing to touch a DJI drone. But their cameras, you know, there's a few people that I've seen come from the GoPros because they say, oh, you know, I've had enough of GoPro, and they've gone to DJI. But a lot of them always come back, and there's this other one now, I can't even remember the name of it now, but I know Itchy Boots, she bought 2, and I think she did 2 episodes and scrapped them, and she went back to the GoPros. Well, in fact, she might have kept the one as the front camera fixed to a bike, I think. Insta, wasn't it? Insta Pro, I think it is. Supposed to be the all singing, all dancing, and apparently they ain't. Again, there's my daughter's house. Again, it's down to personal choice, isn't it? You know, but yeah, I thought I'd have a little bit of a Rennie Island, no? Be a bit dirty in there, folks. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I've never had a problem with the GoPro, so yeah, I'll keep mine. I mean, one of my kids said to me about a week or 2 ago now, hey Dad, you want to change your cameras? And I said to him, well, why? They work, what's the point of changing? Oh, well, you know, they're on GoPro, I think it's 12 now, or 11 or 12, I don't know, 12 I think, you know, and yours is a 6, 7, and I said, and it still works, it does the job, so what's the point of changing? But this is the trouble, in it, with the modern world today and technology in all its glory. You know, they reckon if it's not the latest, it's not worth having. But I disagree with that one. I really do. Anyway, we're nearly back home, and I've really enjoyed this ride, getting out. It's been great for me. I mean, I've been out for a good 3 hours now. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you have, and if you did, give me a thumbs up, give me some comments. I like the comments. I always try to answer the comments, always, you know. And to my mate in England, Harry in England, Mr. Allen, I don't know whether you've noticed, but I've cancelled my indicators every time. I'm being a good boy. It's you. You're getting in my head, Harry. You really are. Anyway, so yeah, if you like it, like I say, give me a thumbs up. If you're subscribed, that's brilliant. If you're not, come on, hit that subscribe button. It's going to be great. Right, look after yourselves. I hope you're all well. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, take care. See you soon, and bye for now.